Hello, this is Magdalena or Wolf of Coins. Hi there. So this will be my first video on this channel. To be honest, I did record a tarot video before, but in the end I did not have the courage to post it, I suppose, or I just didn't decide to post it. So this one will be the first one, and yeah, I thought I will just introduce myself and how I started with tarot and so on, my favorite decks, and yeah, I always, you cannot just tell since when, but I've been fascinated by tarot, even when I was, well, a kid, 12-year-old or something. And then I bought my first deck, which I will show you just in a minute. But after that, I did not really use it, also because of being raised Catholic and told that fortune telling is bad. So yeah, so for years I didn't really use it. I would pull it out for like once per year for the fortune telling holiday we have in Poland on St. Andrew's Eve. Anyway, I wouldn't really use it much, and then in 2012 I don't know, I just got an impulse that I need a tarot deck in my life. I need to use it. I started thinking about my old deck that I left in my parents' place, and afterwards I discovered there is a lot about tarot on the internet nowadays. So you guys, it was craziness. So I of course bought many more decks then. But yeah, I also attended a major arcana course in Warsaw, which was super exciting and fun, and it was great to meet people who shared my passion for tarot, because among my friends and family there is literally no one who would be interested in that. So I was, yeah, I did not have the opportunity to meet anyone. So that was really fun and that's an interesting experience for me, and yeah, maybe now I could show you my decks. Sorry, first video, I'm a bit all over the place, and so yeah, so I will just finish the thought that since 2012, so it's been 5 years now, I've been fascinated by tarot, sometimes more, sometimes less. I would have phases of not using tarot at all, but it's always somewhere there, and I knew I would come back to it. So yeah, let's start. My first deck ever that I saw in a kiosk. I was walking in Warsaw, that's where I'm from. I was just walking a street and I saw a kiosk, and through the glass I saw this. It looks so cool. So this is a Polish deck. I suppose this was when I was 12-year-old. It might have been more or less the time when it was published for the first time, and it's called the Jaśniak Tarot. So it's named after the author, and Aleksandra Jaśniak, and it was a set that included a book and yeah, and the deck. I don't keep it here because it's inconvenient, but it also had these two spare cards in case you lose something. So yeah, now my deck lives here. Isn't this gorgeous? It is a pouch from I ordered from Baba store, because I love Arthur Rackham, and I just find it beautiful. So yeah, so my deck is here, and it's, you can tell it's pretty worn already. Yeah, it's been printed in the 90s in Poland, so I suppose maybe the print quality was not that good, but anyway, these are the bags. They are fully reversible, and these are the cards. So it's a pip deck. So the majors are fully, of course, illustrated. These are the card, and these are the pips. Come on, more pips. Where are the pips? So yeah, so for 7 of swords, you get 7 swords. But I just still love this deck. It's amazing how, well, if I were to see it now for the first time, I would be, oh, like Caliber says, I love her channel, by the way, she says, visual vomit. These colors, oh my god, it's just craziness. But yeah, back then, for me, for a 12-year-old, it was, oh my god, amazing. And that's why I have this nostalgia feeling about this. Is the Wheel of Fortune, and you have these like Polish titles and English titles, and oh my goodness, the bigger ones are English, or you can tell, I suppose, and the smaller ones are in Polish. I love this. This is the Knight of Cups. He's just awesome, isn't he? He has a cup on his head. Oh my goodness. So yeah, lovely. This is the star. See? And this is the High Priestess. They're just, well, different. But it was my first deck ever, so I didn't really know how it was supposed to look like. Oh yeah, I fixed, because I'm one of those people who prefer justice to be 8, so I just made a little adjustment here. About the Strength card, I can't find it easily right now. Oh, this is the Hermit. Isn't he cool? Cool grandpa. And yeah, it's on the cover here. So this is the Strength card. It's the guy with the lion. And I suppose it might be the Visconti inspired, because we have Hercules there banging the lion with a stick, with a bat. But yeah, it's a guy. And he is number 8 here. What else? Yeah, I just find those people here so funky. Just look at this hair. Look at this hair. It's some kings are a bit, you know, Bluebeard, like a bit scary. So for a King of Cups, it's a bit creepy for me. But yeah, that's how it's done. This is King of Wands. He's much more gentle. And yeah, the pages are completely crazy. Just what? And yeah, what else? Oh, what I really like, we got the male moon. And it's, well, in Polish, the moon is male. So it really fits. And I love this card. Can you see that there are 2 wolves here? It took me some time to realize it, to be honest. But yeah, I love this deck, simply. And the book, well, I would complain a bit. It was not too easy to start reading like as your very first deck with this book. It seems quite, yeah, big and thick, but I don't know, somehow it was not enough for me to get into reading. Of course, the majors have much more text, and minors just have, you know, this much. It's the upright and reversed position. And yeah, well, I'd say it's not a bad book, but it was not enough for me. And there was no internet then. So I couldn't just go check some page and learn. So this was my first deck, and I still love it. To be honest, it still stinks of the printing paint. It might have been something really foul, but I just connect this smell to tarot. Like this first excitement about the deck. It's just ooh, the smell of mystery. So yeah, then when I like my fascination got rekindled 5 years ago, I bought, because yeah, then I found there are many books and mostly based on the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. So to make the learning process easier, I just bought myself a deck, and it was also a good deck for my course, because well, most of the people on that course were using Rider-Waite-Smith tradition decks, let's call it that, but there was also one person with a Marseille deck actually, and it was the majors only course, so it didn't matter that she had non-scenic pips. Anyway, I bought myself then the universal weight, so it is almost like Waite-Smith, but it's redrawn and some cards are different. Sadly, I cannot show this to you right now because I keep it at my parents' house, simply just in case I visit them and I need a deck of cards, something I can rely on. So it's just there and I can live without it here. And now maybe my favorite deck, a deck that is my most trustworthy deck these days. I'm just adjusting the, I don't want to be too blurry to you. Anyway, so yeah, a deck that I go to when I feel I need some, how to say it, that I need some deck that I will understand really well. So this is this deck. Yes, I'm a Marseille deck lover, and this is, oh, I don't have the box here, but it lives in this bag, which has the Le Bateleur on it. I love when they match somehow. So this is the Jodorowsky-Camoin restored deck. And I also, oh yeah, I should have taken the book to show you, but you might know it is The Way of Tarot by Jodorowsky and Costa. And yeah, so I read that book and I got very overwhelmed. I got very excited about Marseille decks, because I will confess, I'm a sucker for all things old. The older the thing, the more excited I get. It's like with everything, like old artifacts, old times, like medieval times, ancient times. I just love it all. So anyway, decks that have rich, long history are very compelling for me. And yeah, I love this deck. So I read that book, The Way of Tarot, and as I said, I got a bit overwhelmed, but after some time I started to be more, can you see it? Is it? Okay. So to be more my own, I started, this is a beautiful card, Two of Swords, it's just gorgeous. Okay, zoom. So it's, all the lines are so crisp for all, again, for a beginner reader of the Marseille, it's just perfect. And I started to find my own ways, and also, to be honest, forgetting some of the things I read in the book, so that I could just, you know, digest everything and start working on my own. So yeah, this is this deck. Queen of Cups. She used to stalk me some months ago. She was everywhere. Oh, the devil. Yeah, so this deck is based mostly on the Conver deck, but it has some additions, let's be honest, little additions by the authors. Queen of Swords. So yeah, this is my most trustworthy deck right now, and it's been so for at least a year. And yeah, it took me, I think, another year to get comfortable reading with a Marseille deck, but it also it let me learn so many things, so many other ways of reading the cards, that I am forever grateful to the Marseille. So yeah, not to make this video too long, because it's just a short introduction. This is my favorite tarot deck, but I also do have some oracle decks, because for the longest time I was just not interested in oracle decks at all, and at some point I was just like, hey, let's try it out. So now I do have some oracle decks, and I do buy more. But yeah, my favorite, the one that gives me the deepest and most helpful readings, is this deck. So it's medicine cards. And it comes together with this gorgeous book. It's a great book. This companion book is just awesome. And yeah, these are, well, I'm not loving the backs. They are really not my jam. And the pictures here, I also don't really love the colors. I think if the colors were different, I would like them more. But still, this deck, oh my god, thanks to the book, they just give the best readings ever. So I highly recommend these cards. They are just great and so insightful. And oh yeah, with tarot I actually don't read with reversals at all. But with oracle cards, it depends on the deck. There are some decks that like the companion books mention the reversed meanings, and then I use them, and if not, I don't use them. Or sometimes I just don't use them. Anyway, with this deck I do use reversals, and it makes sense. And there's another oracle deck that maybe is not so impactful for me, but I just love using it. It's just so, it's such a pleasure even to handle this deck. It's Botanical Inspirations. It's just so gorgeous. So this is the box, and you get the little companion book. And ta-da! You get the deck, And there is like a little, it's just a list of all the flowers with keywords. I don't use it actually, but the deck itself is it's just so gorgeous. I love flowers. That's the first thing. I do love flowers, and they are the pictures are taken from original paintings by, okay, I can't read French, but Pierre-Joseph Redouté, maybe? And yeah, they are from, I don't know, 18th century or something. And just look at them. Every card has keywords and a quote, and then in the companion booklet you get some like a history of this flower, some interesting facts, and then you get the suggestion of interpretation. And I just love to draw them as my, daily inspiration card. They are just so gorgeous, and the card stock is just amazing. They are they have this matte finish, and I'm in love. Beautiful. So yeah, I think this would be enough for an introduction. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions or comment, please write here on YouTube. I would be delighted to read your comments. And thank you for your attention, and hopefully see you next time.